6 or so rounds as well. They had to have like a really strong attack to help. They don't usually dominate defensively is what I'm saying. They usually get like 6 or so rounds to give themselves a chance.
So is that kind of the temperature in the water for you here? Like you need 6 or 7 if you're Rise on this first defensive half in your mind?
I think you need 5 or 6 rounds, yeah.
Okay. There's the frame up. Rise going to get a little bit aggressive. Whoa, sick. God. Has he fully anticipated this? Timing it might just be perfect. TENZ is going to read it for sure. And they will very quickly back away as Sentinels will actually use the forward position from shahzam to get quickly on over towards A. Derek backing away, but look at dapr. He's already cutting off this rotation in the back. It just comes down to the timing. Does he want to peek this or does he want to just hold? It looks like he's just going to hold. Spike is going to come down. The trigger doesn't put everyone.
No!
And with that, it will go trade for trade. We're in a 3v3.
Yeah, let's see how the rest of this plays out because that was a little bit, I don't know, like just anticlimactic.
It's okay, we won that. We won it.
Oh,
we're good.
Zombs didn't deserve to react like that.
We're good, we're good, we're good.
You did everything so right except for click the mouse at the right place.
The thing about it though is, again, you have 2
a lot of
players pushed so
information
far forward. It's just, yeah, there's no way that Rise cleanly take through and paint shells are so huge. So a little unfortunate.
The thing is, I would say
if he had a frenzy,
actually even better than you think because he managed to click the one spot where someone's head wasn't.
I think he
at.
junked your junk rate for the sub.
So, I mean,
I think he made India for the sub.
Yeah, that's intentional, of course.
Early detection system. You know, he's just like a really loud alarm bot. You know, that's all it was. It's all fine.
Well, Sick will take paint shells to clear out hookah. Supamen was considering contesting it, but backs away. Heavy defensive stack here for Rise over towards the B side, trusting that poised could lock things down and maybe even walk away with 1, but he's going to walk away with none as he decides instead to tactfully retreat, and instead, Rise are going to overload B long, trying to maybe play around the back.
Yeah, I mean, they have to roll the dice in a round like this. You don't really have the weaponry. You have to try to go for these, you know, crafty pushes and stacks, and fortunately for them,
we have zombs watching.
They get into position.
I think it's Hashi
Spike's
for the
already
sub.
down. Great post-plant positioning from Sentinels.
Whoa.
They have a player watching for this fight. Zombs. So I think all should be fine.
Okay, well, Rise are taking the scenic route, going to
I don't think I've ever seen this before.
You gotta go quickly if you're actually gonna put together a retake off of this. But look at Zombs trying to fish out. Maybe they did go all the way around the back. Will get a read and keeps his life. Very important stuff. And the only play that could have happened from the pinch from Poise is taken out, no problem. So Sick just holding a corner. Good help here from TENZ. There will only be 1 kill to speak of, and Sentinels, as expected, take the anti-eco.
I mean, you just have so much utility at your disposal with this Sentinels lineup that they have. I mean, you could dump all of Viper's utility on one site to kind of throw feints or use for actual attacks while still saving all the Asher Stars for the other side. So you can just kind of do this back and forth. Or you can stack all of it together and you're just like one massive blob into a site, basically. Like, good luck getting vision, good luck stopping them from cutting off angles. You combine that with an owl drone, some recons, the boom bot. There's just so much info gathering and denial capability that the Sentinels composition is going to have with this double controller in play. Looks like this time they're looking to get a little bit hot and spicy early over at Hoopah.
Shanks, though, does respond to this, able to at least keep Sentinels honest through hookah, but they still will push forward. Lear will come out. Shanks playing through the octagon, does not expect Zombs to delay too long. They're trying to hold the corner. Will find one. Spams holds down the trigger, but can't find a second. It's TENZ who collects the kill, and with that, Sentinels will plant.
Be a tough retake now.
We can take it out of sub only.
All 3 players still stuck in the defensive halls, trying to come through with their boom bot, try to get over towards container. They are able to get into the site itself.
Oh, I think you late in for the 3 months in advance. Thank you.
You still have Sick with the showstopper as an insurance policy. Spike planted really well for them. Be a very tough ask for Rise.
Well, Sentinels are going to trust that that wasn't a full-on defuse. The only player to check that is TENZ. He's blocked by Nebulous. Now Zombs has to go back forward. TENZ to find the trade. Showstopper comes through with the 9, and that's it. He's holding from the defusal, and Rise will stick it right under the noses of Sentinels to bounce back, find the 3rd round. Beautifully done.
Oh, wow.
Oh, cutting off that showstopper was so clutch. That wins them the round. That gets them the retake. Again, they're down a man. They're having to use a bunch of utility just to get into the site itself. Obviously, they still don't really have a way to contend with octagon and hookah position. Other than maybe a smoke here or there to try to block some vision. And then they just push out that showstopper and get the frag. That's so huge. What a frag. To take him out like that. You think
So
6
your
has
iPad
that
package will have a
dead to rights,
sticker
and
yeah,
like
gets
box
cut off
logo,
and
and it will
clothesline.
say UN, 3-digit number.
Early
That's how
guiding
you'll
light
know.
comes through.
Okay.
Actually flashes 3, but there was no
Also, they need a
follow-up from
signature from me,
Shanks.
so when I
Just holding
saw
on
that
to
one,
Hookah,
I like freaked out because I was like,
Recon
oh
bolt
wait.
forward, not destroyed, but information still gained. Shock Dart going to clear out the front side of Hookah. Shanks just underneath, hiding inside of the net with a lot of utility.
Ooh,
Getting
nice
pushed
Tyson.
through and they actually spam down the wall. Find Shanks, no problem. Poised and Derek, the only players that are responsible for holding on, and Derek unfortunately cannot find Sit. Poised only good for 1, and again, Sentinels will collect and
Oh,
be
Tyson
able to
died?
find a way to plant here on B.
Oh no.
Indeed. Tougher retake, even more this time for Rise, as they only had 2 members for this one, but Supamen able to find the opening frag pretty quickly there. Shahzam, though, quick to respond. Neptune gets right back into it, and with dapr being low on HP, maybe there's a chance.
Comes down to the timing of the
Nice
beacon,
dapr.
unfortunately does not get the gun up in time. Dapr ready for the wide angle. So Sentinels, another quick round towards B, get the plant off early, but this time Rise not able
I've
to
had
take.
for what purpose?
And that's a perfect
Drawing?
example of
No,
when
for
simpletons
school
say that
and for
Sentinels just hold
anime.
W. Yeah,
Mostly
maybe
for
if you're
anime.
just like really glancing at the
But I
minimap
justify
and
the
not looking at
purchase
anything
with
else,
saying
you
it's
could
for
say
school.
that, but the layering of utility gives them that capability.
Do you recommend
right?
getting both the
It's not only their
pen with the
fearlessness as
keyboard?
players and
I
their
got
aim,
the pen
it's
and the
also
keyboard,
how
but
they layer the snake bites, you know,
yeah,
around that
to
2 position
utilize
kind
it
of
to the
block
best
out
of
that
its
having to be
ability.
an area of concern.
With
Being able to
best.
get those smokes down at elbow, at back calls, be able to use
I had
that
to
to
come
get some
here.
space, and then keep an
The
eye on
chat
it.
in
Make
the
sure
other
that no one's
stream
going
is
to push
terrible.
through it and do
Yeah,
something
I know what you
crafty.
mean. It's
You know,
still bad
being
in here, but
disciplined
it's
to
not
kinda
too
keep an
bad.
eye on the smokes.
And
It's
thank you, Coco, for
definitely a
the 200 bits.
combination of
Thank you.
things there for
And thank
Sentinels,
you,
not just
Reziak, for the
holding
pen.
down the W key.
And thank you,
I
You're
don't
Mad,
know
for
if
the
Derek
phone.
is going to recognize that his recon bolt did not connect with the billboard.
I got the other
It kinda
iPad
went
Pro,
through.
not the
I mean, you
latest one.
saw
Should I
for a
trade it in
moment.
for the new one?
It was Zombs who was looking
I
at
don't know.
him,
I
was
really
there
haven't
to
compared.
destroy
I
it
just got the
needed to, but
newest.
It
'cause
doesn't
that's
connect. So Derek thinks maybe he's got an opportunity to push forward.
What I decided to
Zombs
do.
denies
I don't
him
know.
in now a very early 5v4 in which you still have Rise just on pistol upgrades.
I got
and
the
they're having to just kind of
iPad
stack U-Haul. And
Pro
again, it's one of those
newest
rounds where you
one,
kind of have to roll the
12.9
dice
inch.
and you only have these basic pistols to work with for the most part. Sentinels dapr are going to use the orb to block U-Haul vision to get into sight itself. TENZ also clearing out some corners there. And dapr's aware of this possibility. You can see it going at the snake bite shot,
surely
follow
do
up as well, and boom, that's Neptune down. And they're doing a
job.
great job
Let's
of not
go.
dropping the ball in anti-eco situations.
Let's
Like
go.
they're paving their way into sites effectively. They're using their utility appropriately to, you know, give them sanctuary and not allow them to run into those traps. And they're up 4-1 now because of it.
A big round coming up here for Rise
Thank you.
just to try to
And
respond. But
Oxiel,
yeah, this
what's
whole
up? And
play,
thank you,
it's been a
Shirley,
bit
for the
strange
pen.
because the
I
Nebula
said
was
that.
there to try to maybe gain some space for Derek, but after
This is
that
the last
initial
map, right?
focus,
Yes,
trying
it
to
is.
push through B main. Well, just turned into Sentinels, like you mentioned, is not giving away an advantage. Something that they were so good at.
How long
not
are you going to be
just
enlisted
in
for,
Iceland,
Kyedae?
but before that, when they
From
find an advantage,
the
they rarely
12th?
give away rounds or
We
even
check in,
deaths at
and
that
then
point.
we check out on the 15th.
There's all
So
the
I'll be back
alts
on the
now
15th that
for
night.
Rise in this round.
I'm
All
really excited
the
to meet
alts.
Daff.
You have to win this round.
So, yeah, I mean, if you layer.
Daff threatened one of her friends and said that if she didn't go bungee jumping, that she would smear shit all over the Airbnb walls so we wouldn't get our deposit back.
Staple to have, right? If you're constantly able to get hookah presence here with
So-
your raise, it kind of.
So now she pressured her
But
friends
they're not ready for Neptune
into
being boosted. They're able to get
going.
one, then goes down.
Oh, Derek Hunter's Fury locks down Shahzam, almost connects with TENZ as well. This gains a lot of space for Poised to continue to
Why
keep
is she
his
like this?
cyber
I don't know.
cage
I love
because
her.
The only bit of concealment he needs, but the Viper's Pit will provide.
Yeah, I'm hanging out with Brandon
deterrence
as
here.
well.
Poised is going to decide to push through this. He does have a couple of trap wires to maybe keep him safe in case there is some sort of an existential play outside of the Viper's Pit. Defense is rotating quickly. Seeker's trying to help clear. Six still holding on to Hookah. That will be now Norn, but Poised going to go right on inside. Cannot find dapr.
Okay.
Big missed opportunity, so Sentinels still hold with 3v3 situation. Spike has not been planted yet, but it might not need to be. TENZ able to find one more. It's all on to the last two Rise defensive players. Shanks in the corner. He's got an operator and a pistol to use. He does find one. That will clear the Viper's Pit. Derek 1v2, not going to be able
Well
to find the
played, Ty.
first.
Let's
TENZ with
go.
3 kills in the round, and Sentinels go up 5-1.
Yeah, such a great use of Viper's Pit there for Sentinels, not only for
Check
getting
out
them
Good Notes
sanctuary
for
and
the
getting into
iPad is
site, but
life-changing.
also
Good to
they were
know.
able
Thank
to
you.
use
That's so sweet.
Their shooting patterns to
and thank you,
bait people
Sing
into
Sing,
coming into the
Utski
pit,
for
and they
the
had
sub.
someone ready for it, right? Particularly when you saw Shanks there try to come in with Sky. I mean, it was basically being played like a fiddle. Sentinels were trying to get him to come in. They had Sick waiting for that very moment to happen, and it allowed them to just kind of keep ahead in the trading. Now, luckily for Rise, they didn't burn all their ults there. They only used 2. So they still have a lot coming into this next round, but so does Sentinels. And they have a very big firepower advantage.
Oh boy.
My girlfriend and I are loving your new hair with bangs. Thank you so much.
Feel so good about Rise's chance to hold off on the play.
Is Tyson a loud sleeper? Nope.
But woulda, coulda, shoulda
It's
is
really
really the
quiet.
only way you could kind of frame up that previous round. Rise now in a very dire
Does
position.
Tyson get mad about playing?
Nebula gives
Yes.
Neptune an opportunity to play from
He
on
gets
top.
really
Does
mad
find
about
one.
playing.
Gravity Well will stall the play. Paint shells to follow. I believe he knows that he's got 10 stuck in a corner. But 10's able to slip through. Keeping his life is absolutely massive.
Yeah, that was big to be able to get away like that and at least keep yourself afloat. That they are still a man down, and TENZ has no way to heal himself back yet. This is still giving a huge edge here to Rise. Great crossfire for Neptune and Shanks here over towards U-Haul in Closet's position.
Nice,
Able to
Shaz.
start battling this attack back, though Shazam is able to get one, gets it into a 3-on-4, still has some time. They still have spike possession. They could still double back to the portal.
Shanks does not expect Shazam to bring himself forward.
Nice.
He's gonna
Oh,
find
no.
Victor. You-
Okay, let's go.
Third.
We got
This was
that.
a
Easy
play
for us.
more favoring Rise. Yes, of course, they're just on SMGs, but you felt so good about their crossfire locking down main.
Yeah,
Why do
I mean,
people watch
Neptune
this,
and Shanks
boring
certainly did
stream?
have the perfect positioning there. They also did a
I don't know,
great
but
job
there's other
pressuring
options
TENZ
if you want to
off and
watch instead
basically
of
making
commenting
him
on
a
myself.
non-factor
Shrugs,
going forward. It really
watching
was down to
Valorant,
Shazam to make the play
Street.
at that point, and Tommy was able to do it with a combination of shock darts and wit. Able to get himself in such a prime position in U-Haul and just come up with 3 big frags, and that's one of the great values about Shazam. I mean,
Nice.
look at this roster. You obviously praise Sick due to his consistency, right? Because he's always
Goodbye.
plays at a very, very high level, and he's very flexible on what agents he can play. Then obviously you have TENZ, who's just, you know, the shock and awe factor, the star, right? But Shazam is that guy who I think finally got his credit at Iceland, where not only is he
No, don't worry. It's okay. They just wanted a little bit of attention because their mommy didn't give them any. And thank you, Enough Bus for the 7. Thank you, Cheddar for the 7. And thank you,
when need be, come out
Papia
and
for
make a
sub.
big play like that individually.
But honestly, it makes sense why your
He's
mom
one of
wouldn't want
their
to give you
best
any
fraggers.
attention. I can see why.
So, really well
Yeah,
done
like
there by him
that.
to save the day.
So now Rise looking at 3 ultimates to potentially spend. Cosmic Divide, Showstopper, Neural Theft on the table in their next buy round. And one
And
that
they
you
see feet
feel
for
like
some.
you need to win. And unfortunately, Derek, I don't think has actually seen the information on this play from Sentinels. Now we'll confirm it. Aldrone will be through to also double check to see how many players are here. Lear will come out. Ken still wants to maybe take away an angle, but he's not going to really gain too much with this. Derek still holding his ground.
Yeah, that was good. Derek got key information. Not only did he spot 2 players, but he spotted what 2 players, right? And that kind of gives him an idea of whether this is like more of just kind of default and map control, you know, or whether this is like a
Yeah, we're
committal type
doing
thing
the
where they're really
ride the
looking to get
ATVs
on
in
the
Whistler.
side.
I'm super,
Not
super
only that,
excited.
maintain
And thank you
control
Solo
of
for the
Hookah
7. And thank you
this time around
Kat for
is
the 2
big
months.
adjustment. They've been losing that pretty often in the early round. So being able to maintain that gives them a lot more to play with on B site, utility-wise and personnel-wise, and also gives them a little bit more flexibility.
You're the best streamer
Have
on
this third
Twitch.
player rotating now over to A side.
Very debatable. I don't think I'm the best.
We are seeing the orb go down,
but
and they'll start to look to pave the way up.
I love streaming.
Gravity Well will stall them for a bit. Superman, though, gets spammed through the toxic screen. Oh, what a key loss that is. Poised now has to essentially vacate heaven to get
Oh,
onto the
Tyson
site
knows.
itself, trying to contest from any sort of point. But TENZ
Nice.
and yeah, sure
See,
does.
Tyson on
Finds the
Phantom
kill
is so
from
good.
defender
Please
over
stop
to
going
U-Haul
on
there,
Vandal.
who tried to wander on in. Denied.
Nice.
Only play available would be Neptune
Good
from the point, 'cause
shit.
he was previously in Hookah, but Zam reads that as well. So flawless again from Sentinels, and all of a sudden things look a bit desperate for Rise, down 1-7.
That's one of those situations where knowing is half the battle. Like, yeah, they got a good read on Octagon early. Yeah, they got a good 3-man.
Who do you think is the best
but
streamer?
again, with
Tyson.
That layering of
When
Azure
did you
and
start
Viper,
streaming?
there's so much vision blocking going on there to give Sentinels a lot of pocket space to kind of
Only
maneuver
9
through.
months. I've only
And
been
it
streaming
gets
for
to a
9
point where,
months.
yeah, like look at Poise being forced to just play like a really tough position and being forced to jump out heaven, play in that back corner, basically get stuck there, and it just doesn't really allow them a whole lot of play.
And thank you, Entropy, for the
so
$5
Sentinels,
stream is
again,
not
just
boring. It's all
very
good.
overbearing.
And thank you, IWDum. Thanks for $2.
are able
My
to
girlfriend
come
left
to
me
this round with the
because of you.
Eric. That is going to be a huge bit of damage coming through. Sick wants to contest, and actually Neptune wants to give him a go up here. And the double peek is actually very successful. That was a solo play from Sick, by the way. So a weapon has been collected.
I think you called it for $5.
Here. Maybe pull off a thrifty if they can get away. Dapr was quick to follow. follow-up and does find elimination, but
If you
Supamen
don't
meanwhile mid-map.
want Kyedae's commentary, don't watch your stream. Yeah,
Trying to hold the ground is poised. He will fall, and all of a sudden, the advantage of the AR picked up has been denied. Derek, who is tagged down heavily, will also fall, and it's on to Supa and Shanks to try to contest. They want to go quickly. Flash will come through. Dapr playing through long, though, will deny any extra engagement, and that will be Sentinels taking the 8th round.
And
Let's
that's
go!
another thing that makes Sentinels so
IRL
good
voice ban?
that you have to really highlight here, Shift, and that is their ability
Can we refund
to be
it?
reactionary, indecisive when things start to go wrong. When you start getting buried in all the chaos of the mid-round, you're, you know, having a push get used against you, you lose a player, you're giving a gun away, Shazam gets caught on short, you know, things are going wrong, but it's in that moment where they very quickly decide, all right, let's send it, we have to, you know, and they just plow into B. They know that they have Derek pinned down low health back aside, they're able to clear that out, they're able to at least battle back and chase down the exchange that happened at hookah, and able to still come up with a victory despite, you know, some of the things that went against them early on in the round.
A little bit more of aggressive defensive prodding going on here from both sides of the map.
Tyson, you hurt him
Successful
so
through
bad.
B1, unsuccessful through showers, so we stay 4v4. Supamen on 1 HP, that's the big key. But Sentinels are committing forward again on towards A. Defensively, there is nobody here at the moment for Rise, but still, Sentinels a little bit apprehensive to go for a quick plant, so they still can fight back.
Yeah. The problem is there's no Shanks for Rigo, so Supamen's stuck on this 1 HP, which makes him such a low factor in being able to have impact on this retake now. Stick looking to go all the way up these rockets, and at least it's the 1 health player, I guess, for Rise's sake, but still a tough one.
Yeah, ultimate versus health comparison. Not exactly full value, but the elimination in the space, more importantly, was big. But Neptune can respond of one of his own, able to take down Dapr. Shazam playing from a clutch spot deep through middle. TENZ here to guard him with an Empress. Spaceman game. Neptune gonna stick on in. Hunter's Fury coming up. TENZ wants to peek through it.
Tyson, I told you! Phantom is your gun!
Hunter's Fury and the finesse from
You
TENZ.
sexy fucker.
Exquisite. That will be good for 4 and the round. 9-1 up our Sentinels.
Even when you think you got it wrapped up, you can never quite count on it to be gifted to you. I mean, I have to give credit to Rise. They used a great combination of Neural Theft and Showstopper to actually get themselves a numbers advantage back, despite, you know, losing Superman inside heaven thanks to the Showstopper of Sick and just all the space the Sentinels were getting on site and getting that safe post plant. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you got a combination of TENZ and Shazam alts just bobbing and weaving around and able to still
I think you can edit 200 both. Thanks for completions, of course.
Here from Rise, and oh boy, it's all gone wrong. 1 flash will come
through. Lunar for 3 months.
Shanks away from the play initially. Tries to retake, but it's only good for 1 elimination. Looking good for 10 unless Poised can double up. Not going to be the case, and it's just down to Derek with a Marshall for a 1v3.
Yeah, some might say that Bond's looking like a breeze for Sentinels.
Hey,
You
only
take that
been
one a bunch
sitting
of
on that
different
one.
ways. Now, I actually just came up with that. No lie.
I'm really proud of you.
That's my thought. I hope that I could every now and then come up with a nugget.
A golden nugget at that.
Last round before
Wouldn't
the
mind one
switch.
of those.
True.
Here.
There's something to be said about how Golden Sentinels are looking right now, but I'm not going to go there.
Yes, this should do.
Though I think you could argue I just did, but
Yeah, you
I
did.
think you A1 inspired.
It's like, it's almost like a humble brag when you do something like that. It's like, I'm not going to do this, but
it's like, well,
Yeah.
for me, it's like I'm not creative to think of something on the spot right now, but my mind is working on it, so trust that I had something built up and was trying to spare the audience at large.
yeah, I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take in commentary. You can also get yourself into a lot of trouble, don't get me wrong, so be careful on what shots you take, but, you know, take a shot every now and then.
Cage trigger.
Speaking of, Sentinels aggressively through hookah, and oh my. It's just the spam that we've seen, a couple of different rounds here through the edge of hookah, hasn't even give Rise a chance to fight back. Seekers from behind, sure, but Shanks is so far away from this play. Derek
Holy
is trying to delay
fuck!
the Hunter's Fury. He does find 1 to his credit. But actually,
Spike
Shanks
down.
doesn't
Oh,
go.
okay.
Wow, okay. I thought by the Seekers coming from behind, they would have known that the play was going to be
Okay,
here
zombs.
sooner rather than later, but not the case. The spike doesn't get planted. Trailblazer will see Shazam, and Rise could salvage the second round here, pending.
Last player standing.
Zombs doesn't do something unbelievable.
Oh!
And well, this is going to be a very difficult 1v2 as he will have to regress back into the site.
Yeah, if his teammate could have stayed alive a little bit longer, maybe he finds a way to get this 1v1 against Derek and
Oh.
get in. But now he's stuck in a very difficult 1v2. He does have time. That's about all he's got going for him right now. Trying to find a way in here. Gets a 1v1, but Derek able to win the duel, and so Rise fits another one in there right at the end. But, I mean, outside of that, there wasn't a whole lot to highlight, unfortunately. They had a couple of rounds that were pretty close, but it's just, again, Sentinels were a little bit more comfortable in being reactionary in some of those chaotic mid-round moments and came out on top on the vast majority of them. So, again, like Breeze, a big lead going in the second half.
Indeed. So you said they needed 5 or 6. Not the case. So see if Rise can find a way to respond on the offense when we come back after this.
Cutie. And oh, so what's happening with the TSM match, guys? Do you know? Oh wow, 3rd map already. And thank you, Jovan, 2 times for the prime. How is Myth doing? Let's check up on him.
All right, I'm done with that.
You that time just instantly blitz in towards
We're
the
back!
site and get the spike down before you even in an area to stop them from planting.
Yeah, and of course to kind of add on
Is
a
he
little
okay?
bit more arena pick, which has been quite standard for TSM on a set. Is
Just I'm almost
such
through
a
the second map.
situational
Whew.
agent. Just like waves
They almost
of-
threw an 11-2 lead.
There's also
Oh
a lot of
really?
ways that you can
By Coach Rosa on Omen as well, of course.
see how that ends.
Damn. Holy shit. And thank you, Caramello, for the 4 months. Why isn't it letting me go to Valorant? Bro, Kyedae and TENZ are 20. I'm 19. He's 20. Nope. I feel like people keep thinking that we're older.
Guys can maybe try to put some doubt in that.
How tall are
This
you?
is
I
certainly a
am
necessity.
5.
It becomes a bit of a cliche sometimes when people talk about how important this round is, but it really is when
Yeah,
you're this
yeah.
far behind.
Yeah.
You can.
We
you can
measured
handle
me
a loss
yesterday,
if it's
and I'm
like,
5'9" and a
7'5",
half.
6'6", you know, something like that. Even 8'4".
8
it's
four,
like,
as I said,
still
that's
a
where I draw
chance,
the
but-
line. Yeah.
Yeah, but once you're like down double digits, it's like, all right, that pistol, we're gonna need that. Yeah.
But Rise have avoided the early prodding
Yeah,
of
I'm
information from
tall.
Sentinels mid-map, and they're looking to reaggress here. It will cost them an owl drone. Sick will be here to read this. And also still has the paint shell. Oh
Spike down
my.
A.
Just the way that he takes that shell. Unreal. TENZ up top. No problem.
You are so fucking sexy, Tyson.
Rise will have to escape into the teleporter, but that is an escape that doesn't really provide them any safety
I
whatsoever.
mean, Superman's about to get. Superman's
Did
about
you
to
ever
get-
care about height
let's be
dating
real
wise?
about it.
No, when
Superman's
Tyson and
about
I first
to
started
get
dating,
outside.
he and I were very
Yeah,
similar in
go ahead and
height.
play like Astro
so-
Chess, but you're about to get wrecked here. They're
He was a
trying to
little
make
bit
sure he's
taller,
still in the portal
but-
right now. They don't
Yeah,
know for
yeah.
sure. I think maybe he might have got out of it. With that first fountain. Now they.
Oh,
That's a nice little shot. You know, not the best you could have hoped for, really.
but that is
I was expecting
very...
like 3 teleporters
Yeah,
with
for
knives
real.
out or something. Yeah, like... That's a tough loss, though. In the,
Who
in the
is
grand scheme of
stronger, you or
things, though. I mean,
Tyson?
it forces you to force
Tyson.
five, basically. And
For
it just
sure.
makes it an uphill climb. It's
This is
already
just so
won,
good.
and now it's just deeper. Yeah, Tim just happened to
One
play.
enemy remaining.
Even the peak from Sick in the first place, like the confidence to know, yeah, the owl drone is there, but if I throw paint shells in the middle of this play and still peak, at worst I go 1 for 1, maybe even 1 for 2.
Right.
Unbelievable.
And thank you, Totska, for the 4 months.
Out, dapr,
How's Kyedae doing after surgery?
maybe eyeing up potential play.
Goodbye, balls. But
And
he's
Dapr
doing really, really
is
good.
just going to make sure nobody will push through, so he will get out. And for Rise, it all really falls on this forced buy situation with
Thank
these
you,
upgraded
Sky.
pistols and
Thanks
SMGs.
for the
Yeah, we already see
1,100
Shanks taking a little bit of
bits.
chip damage
Thank
from
you.
the snake bite of dapr, so it softens him up just a little bit going forward. Not too big of a deal, but small things start adding up when you're this far behind.
Yeah.
So you are going to see Rise trying to make an approach here with poised through long. Shock Dart able to clear out Octagon to give him that little bit of space. Also has a player trying to get into hookah at the same
Not
time.
bad.
Great shot from Poised indeed. But the chase from Sick, Zombs, is starting to give them right back the edge.
Wait, what?
Fight was never a part
Oh,
of
that's
the
a
play,
big
though,
catch.
and Super makes his
Oh.
way forward. And beyond that, I don't think anyone's read that Shanks is as far past as he's gotten.
Wait.
So the spike will be retrieved. That's Derek who
They
has it
play
in hand.
so
Sentinels are committing to rotate
interesting.
over. This is a 3v4.
Hey, Ray.
But they don't even really
Right.
hold the weapon
Hello,
advantage.
hello.
So this retake is gonna have to be sooner rather than later.
Oh.
Not like this. Not like
Last player
this.
standing.
I love that from Zombs, knowing that Sick is in an exposed position down below. He had just jumped. He was probably going to get killed, and Zombs is right there running in to make sure he doesn't get a trade off of it.
10 seconds left.
Again, that is a decisiveness that makes Sentinel so great.
Oh my goodness.
It's just like the
I know that's
timing
like a really
of the
small
heat
detail,
too.
but
Match point.
it's a small detail. But when you start adding it all up, and you just start to realize how together this team is.
Hope
That
it's
peak comes
going
a second
great.
later.
Pretty good
Why is
for
he
the
still
most
teleported
part.
back over to B?
Not too bad.
Man. Not a lot of ground fear for Rise to stand on. In
Nope.
fact, you would probably figure they're being charged by the minute here. So 12-2 the count, and man, it's just there's not a lot going right here for Rise in this map 1 or map 3 now.
After it gets pushed off by the cam, Aldrin does a good job pushing Sick back deep into U-Haul, so we are seeing Rise getting a little bit of space here. They're trying to use that with the blast pack to get up there and get a pick, but Sentinel's able to keep dropping back little by little, but they still wind up folding. Big entries from
Wow.
Rise here. They need this to
They're all
survive,
quite hurt.
obviously, and at least they're going to get a plant.
It's not bad at all. A lot of that was actually through the chip damage from the decay as well. So beautiful response here from Rise. Let's not get ahead of ourselves though. They've got a long way to go. Regrowth will actually get this team back to essentially full HP though, so that's good news.
Oh.
And Supermen will light peek onto TENZ, no problem. Boys looking for the same on the Zombs. No, surely not.
Surely not.
Weapon's
Last
been picked up by
player
Shazam though.
standing.
He's got an angle on this. Able to find one. No, don't give him the second. Just don't give him the second.
NT. It's all
They
good.
almost did. They almost gave him a chance there. Even Shanks I was a bit concerned about when he got spotted by Shazam. I thought maybe there was a chance there, but they do get it done, and it really just comes
do
down
people
to
ever
like,
think you
great
are
use of their
Hispanic?
cam, great
I
use of the
feel like
olive
this is a
drone
very
to start
Hapa thing to
forcing
say.
Players back, give them an initial space to start pushing into sight, and then getting those clean entries. The thing is, can you do that 10 more times? in a row?
Hispanic?
Well, if you're looking for an answer from me, you're not going to get a positive reaction to it.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. I guess 9 times in a row to guarantee overtime.
Yeah.
No.
But at least they do have Sentinels on the pistols, so
That's true.
silver linings again.
Yeah, but the alts are coming back here soon for
Yep.
Sentinels as well. They'll be bought back next round also, so they really have to
and
start
thank you,
getting to like
Aguska for the 500 bits. I
9
just
or so
joined. What?
rounds before you really start
What
to
map we lost?
faith in the full-on
It
comeback
seems like they were
for
destroying
MT.
Rise. Yeah, they
7 times.
lost the second map. Yeah. Woo!
Information here at Shazam.
Ooh.
No. Oh, my goodness.
Okay.
Still, though,
That
the
one
fact that he gets
doesn't
one. It's already stalled the play, and Sick gets one more big
That's
map.
Spike.
That is Spike indeed, my friend. So Sick will move forward. Remember, the collecting SMGs, Zombs is actually working this now with him. Seekers have been sent. Recon Bolt will reveal one. Although, Seekers, in combination with the Guiding Light, have both been deleted. Sick
Last
looking to
player
take this
standing.
fight aggressively, but Derek will find the second. And even though there was a bit of electricity in the air, it looks like Rise should be cruise control for a win. I mean, it's just dapr on Frenzy. He would have to do something unbelievable.
And that Trailblazer pretty much seals the deal.
30 seconds
No
left.
way for him to get the snake in the grass any longer. Shanks will clear him out, and Rise will
And
W.
thank you, Revenir,
It's
for
always
the
scary when you have to work that
sub.
hard
What do you mean, like
for a round.
something
You're
wrong? Did
already
I do
this
something?
far behind, and you're up against a low buy. It just
Would you be down to do a
I
boxing
feel like it
match? Winner
keeps, like,
takes Tyson.
Sentinels on a mental high. Like, they
Wait,
know what they've
Clever,
got.
am
They
I
know if
allowed
they're causing
throwing
trouble,
sand
they
in your
know
eyes,
something.
pulling your
Couple rounds here,
hair,
but they still have
using
plenty
a
of room to
gun,
burn.
like all of the above, like straight up
Back
fight
onto
fight?
Several alts and full rifles.
Straight up
so
fight fight, I'll go like
Big
sicko.
moment here for
Like I'll go
Rise.
crazy.
I feel like this is the round that gives you that.
If it's for Tyson, I will.
Sure.
If you can
Yeah.
get
Yeah,
this one,
sure,
force
okay.
save,
I would
yourself
win.
to 6, all of a sudden,
I think I could win.
You know, the
I think
distance
I
from
have
the
like a lot of
travel is
pumped up
little bit
anger. Nice.
Thanks? No.
And thank you Hypernova
thought
for
he
3
was
months.
cheeky.
And thank you
Yeah,
Ilianette
avoiding
for the
the-
sub.
Boom bot, but not
Oh, he said,
biggest,
like,
and
boxing.
also falls. Not looking good here. 5v3
Yeah.
situation. No room for Rise to work with anywhere on the map. Unless
Do
maybe
you-
Derek can isolate Shazam here,
yourself
but I
getting
think
married to
Shazam did
Tyson?
catch the
Oh,
shoulder.
do you mean
He's
do
not
I think
interested
I'll
in
get
being
married?
game capped, so he
I would
will
love
back
to get married to
away.
Tyson.
And it really
He's
all
my first
falls on what
boyfriend,
happens
and
when
I
this play
would
through
hope
you
my
all.
only boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean,
He's
they
a
have to
super
be
kind
sending
person
at this
and always
point, but
treats
they're
me
already
really,
down
really
two
well.
players. It's a great setup
He's
here
really
for them.
respectful.
TENZ holding an octagon position, not really a way forward for them. Great little trade there, thanks to Shazam and
Spike
Zombs.
down B.
One left.
Neptune 1v3,
Nice!
trying to
Let's
force it,
go.
not going to happen. So
And thank you,
a
Adolfo,
handful
for
of
the
one-sided
5
affairs here
months
and
in
there,
total.